So you have to start your activities in this Brahma Muhurta itself. Okay, after getting up in the Brahma Muhurta, what you have to do is Sharira Chintam Nirvartya Krita Saucha Vidistada. Okay, you have to get up and then think whether I have digested the previous food or not. Okay, how will you know that previous food is digested or not? Means if the food is digested, you will feel light. Okay, you will feel like getting up. Okay, if the food is not digested, you will have heaviness. You will feel drowsy. You will feel sleepy and all. That's why the previous night food should always be very little. Okay, evening food should be little. Morning in the daytime, you should take food like a king. And in the second time of the day, night and all, you have to take like a beggar. Okay, so if you take heavy meals, heavy dinner, what will happen? You cannot get up in the morning. You will feel very drowsy, very lazy, because the food will not have would not have been digested. Okay, so in the early morning you have to do sharira chinta. How is my body? Okay, that is the first chinta, that is the first thought they have told you to do. Sharira chintam nirvartya. So you have to get up and then you have to think, okay, how do I feel now? Okay, how is my body? Okay, if you feel like heavy and drowsy, means your food is not digested. So what you are supposed to do? You have to turn to the left and then sleep again. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to sleep till 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Okay, even then if you means suppose you are getting up at 3:30, it's Brahma Muhurta, 3:30 you are getting up. Okay, you have to think about yourself and then you have to sleep for another half an hour or 45 minutes only. Okay, even then before 5:30 you have to get up. Before the sunrise we are supposed to get up. Okay, so Brahme Muhurte Uttishtet what? Rakshartam Uttishtet Swasto Rakshartam Ayushah. If you want to protect your health, first thing which we have to do is get up in Brahma Muhurta. And then Sharira Chintam Nirvartya Krita Saucha Vidistada. Okay, you have to follow the Saucha Vidhi. Saucha means cleanliness. Okay, cleaning Vidhi means immediately if you are healthy, you are going to get the feeling of defecation and urination. Okay, it will automatically come. If it is not coming, you have to take some hot water and do walking. Okay, by that time you will automatically get the feeling of defecation. Okay, so you have to defecate or urinate. First thing is, you all know very well, rogaha sarve malavashaha langanam paramaushadam. Okay, langanam, fasting is the best medicine. Naturopaths, they are mainly advising fasting only. Okay, so malam, only because of malam we are getting diseases. So the first thing is to let out all the malas from the body. Okay, it's very important. Krita saucha vidistada. And then what is the next thing is, after saucha vidhi is over, then you are going to do danta davanam. Arka nyagroda kadira karanja kakubadijam pratar bhuktva mridvagram kashaya katutiktakam. Okay, you have to take the twigs of tree. What tree? Here they are saying arka. Okay, arka is calotropis. All the trees are available around us only. Okay, karanja, Pongamia glabra, and then khadira, acacia ketechu. Okay, means khadira is only babul. Okay, and then neem twig we can take and brush, because they are saying whatever twig you take, okay, it should be either in katu tikta kashaya rasas. Katu rasa means it should be pungent, or else it should be astringent, or it should be bitter. Okay, in that taste, that whichever twig is there, you take that twig, and that twig should be dwadasha angulam. It should be 12 inches in height. Okay, it should be 12 inches in height, and it should be kaninyagra samastaulyam. Okay, it should be the thickness of kaninika. This particular finger is called kaninika. Okay, it should be this thickness, and then you have to make it very soft by biting it. Okay, you have to one end you have to bite it and make it soft, and then you have to clean your teeth. Okay, danta davanam is very important. Okay, it clears your, by doing like this, your teeth will be very strong. Okay, this is how you have to brush according to Ayurveda. Okay, so कनीन्याग्र्य समस्तौल्यं प्रगुणं द्वादशाङ्गुलं भक्षेत् दन्तपवनं दन्तमांसानि अबाधयन्. Okay, you are not dantamamsa means gums. Okay, without troubling your gums, abhadayanna, you have to brush your teeth. Na adyat ajirna, those who are having ajirna, okay, those who are having indigestion, vomiting, and then disease of head, disease of ears, and then disease of eyes. Okay, those people should not do dantadavanam. Na adyat ajirna vamatu shvasakasa jwarartiti. Okay, for people who are having jwara, if you have fever, no need to brush, no need to take bath. Okay, brushing and bathing is contraindicated in fever. Okay, so these are all the contraindication. Next is Sauviram Anjanam Nityam Hitam Akshnos Tato Bhajet. Okay, next you are going to take Anjanam, Ayurvedic Collyrium. Okay, there is a separate procedure to prepare. When we have time, we will discuss about it. Means they are saying Sauviram means it's antimony. Okay, that we have to use it, and we have to put the Anjanam. Okay, first thing means all the Indriyas are important. This Dinacharya is mainly meant to protect your Indriyas. Okay, the life is something, if you have all your Indriyas, Karmendriyas and Jnanendriyas. Jnanendriyas, you know, eyes, ears, okay, nose, tongue and skin. If all the Indriyas are functioning properly, then only it is called Ayu. Okay, what is Ayu? Sharira, Indriya, Sattva, Atma, Samyogo, Dari, Jeevitam. Okay, Shariram, Indriyam. Okay, Sattvam means Manas and Atma means consciousness. When all these together, it is combined together, if it is united together, then it is called Ayu. Okay, if mind is somewhere, roaming somewhere else, it's not Ayu. If the Indriyas are not working, it's not Ayu. It's not a complete Ayu. All your sense organs, motor organs should function properly. Then only it is called Ayu. To protect all the sense organs and motor organs only, mainly they are concentrating in Dinacharya. Okay, among all the sense organs, eyes are considered to be very important. Okay, so first what we are doing is to protect your eyes, you are doing Anjanam, Collyrium application. Okay, and then they are saying Shakshus Tejomayam Tasya Visheshat Sleshmato Bhayam, means eyes are the place where you have Pitta. Okay, Rupam is related to Agni Mahabhuta. Okay, so eyes specially is the place of Pitta, and it has disease, there is a fear of disease for you to get Kapha disease. Okay, to reduce the Kapha in the eyes, once in a week you are supposed to do Rasanjanam. Rasa means it's a kind of camphor. Okay, with camphor there is a preparation of Collyrium. In market also it is available. It's called Narikelanjanam. Okay, that you have to apply once in a week, and then your eyes will start watering. Okay, and by this watering your eyes will get cleared, and that Collyrium you are supposed to apply once in a week. Okay, that is called Rasanjanam. So first you take care of your eyes, and next what you do is next is Tato Navana Gandusha Duma Tambula Bhagbhavet. Okay, then you have to do Nasyam. I have written on the board. Then you have to do Nasyam, Navana, Gandusha. Navanam, first I will tell about the Nasyam. After doing Anjanam, you lie down. Okay, you lie down and then you keep your head like this. Okay, and then instill 3 drops of oil in each nostrils. Okay, for Dinacharya they have advised Anutailam. Okay, Anutailam is available in Ayurveda market. Okay, you can use Anutailam, in which Ajadugdam is the main ingredient. Okay, goat's milk is the main ingredient in Anutailam. Okay, so we cannot trust the product, whether they would have added goat's milk or not. Okay, so better we go for a natural substitute, that is oil. Either you use Tilatailam, means sesame oil you use, or else you use ghee. If you instill ghee in your, or you instill coconut oil also, okay, it will not irritate. Even if you instill some sesame oil, sometimes you will feel very hot, okay, somewhat irritating. But coconut oil or ghee, it will not irritate your nose at all. Okay, your nose are supposed to be moisture, then only your sensation of smell will be good. Okay, in the nose you are supposed to instill only 3 drops, 2 to 3 drops of oil in your nose in the early morning. Breathing is very important. Breathing, prana is very important. When prana flow is proper, everything will be proper in the body. Okay, so when you do this nasyam, your respiratory tract will be very clear, very good. Okay, so in the early morning, Ayurveda has advised to put Anutailam in your nose. Okay, so you instill 3 drops of Anutailam in each nostril, and then you are supposed to close one nostril and then put 3 drops in one nostril, and then inhale it, and then again you have to close and then instill. Okay, you have to keep the head in this position, lying down in this position. Okay, that's all. So it's going to take only few minutes, but it is going to give lot of, by doing nasya, your hair fall will reduce. Hair fall will reduce. Your brain will become active. Your eyes will be good. Okay? Go. Your eyes will be good. Okay? Your brain will be active. Your face will be, you will be free from wrinkles. And your face will become beautiful, glowing. It has all these benefits. Doing just 3 drops of nasyam has so many benefits. It will prevent your neck disease, shoulder disease and all. Okay, for whoever has neck, and also disease of the headache. It will prevent headache. If you have migraine, it will cure the migraine. Okay, and we also prescribe this nasyam for pakshagatam, ardhitam. Pakshagatam means paralysis. Ardhitam means facial paralysis. Okay, for these things compulsorily we will give the medication through the nose. Okay, so it has lot of benefits. Nasyam has lot of benefits. It will clear your breathing, make your breathing proper. Okay, so it is very beneficial. Nasyam is done. After nasyam, you have to do nasya gandusha. Gandusham, nowadays, many people are talking about oil pulling. Oil pulling has so much of benefits. Okay, it prevents so many diseases. It prevents the disease of the teeth. Okay, it prevents you from caries. Mainly oil pulling, we are supposed to do it with, again, sesame oil only. You have some medicated oils called Irimedadi Tailam, like that in Ayurveda, which is also very good for Gandusham. Gandusham means you are supposed to fill the whole of the mouth with the oil, okay, for 10 minutes. There is another technique called Gandusha and then Kavala. Kavala is one another technique, they call it Kavala. In Kavala, you are supposed to put little oil only, and then you have to shake. Okay, that is shaking. Kavala is shaking, whereas Gandusha is only holding. Okay, so you have to do Gandusha, and then next is Dhumapana. Okay, Dhumapana is smoking. Means what they are saying is, by using oil in the nose and then by using oil in the mouth and all, sometimes what happens, kapha dosha will increase. To balance that kapha dosha, you are supposed to do Dhumapanam. Dhumapanam means what you have to, I will say the procedure. You are supposed to take certain herbs. Okay, make it a paste with mixing up with ghee, and then smear it in a cotton cloth and then roll it. Okay, this is called Dhumapana Varti. Okay, this is called a wick of Dhumrapana. That wick you have to light it, and then after that you have to put it off. Then what happens? The Dhuma comes, and then you have to close one nose, close your eyes also, and then inhale through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth. This is how you have to smoke. Okay, you have to take that Dhumapanavarti and then light it, put it off, and then inhale through the nose. You have to close another nostril now. Exhale through the mouth. Okay, not in the opposite way. Opposite way is contraindicated. Okay, this is how you have to do Dhumrapana. It's very nice. If we get time and things, we can do even practicals of Dinacharya if you are interested. Okay, so that is the Dhumrapana. Next is, after Dhumrapana you are supposed to do Tambula Dharana. Tambula Dharana means, pan, betel leaf. Okay, it has very good qualities. Okay, holding it in your mouth is very good. It's very auspicious. Okay, it improves digestion and all. Okay, that is Tambula Dharanam. Each and everything you have lot of things, but I am not going in detail since in BNYS we don't need that much of detailing description. If you are interested, your books, always books, YouTube, Google is available. You can go through if you are interested. And then next is Abhyanga. Okay, many people understand Ayurveda means oil massage. Okay, that much importance and priority is given to Abhyanga. The word Abhyanga means anointing oil. It is not massage. Okay, the word Abhyanga means it is only anointing oil in the body. It's not like rubbing or massage or something. You know, in Ayurveda, in Abhyanga, we should use oil liberally, not little bit oil taking and applying in the body, all over the body. You have to use the oil liberally. Now, for body alone, one may need 150 ml of oil for whole body massage. And for head massage, we need 50 ml of oil. Okay? Athatta Annapanecho. When you have to do this Abhyanga, after you get the desire for eating and drinking. Okay, in the morning you get up, you brush your teeth and do everything. Then when you feel like eating something, at that time only you have to do Abhyanga. Okay, why they are saying like that? Like this means because this Abhyanga oil has to be digested. Has to be digested by the skin. Okay, so you should have little bit hunger when you are doing massage. You should have little bit hunger. Okay, in massage parlor and all, what they do, people just come and they just do massage. Okay, they don't know whether they have taken food, not taken food, how they are feeling, whether they have little bit temperature. There are many conditions, many contraindications for massage. When you are having fever, you are not supposed to take massage. After food, you are not supposed to take massage. After taking some heavy juice or something, coffee, means you have to be khali, means empty stomach. Okay, that is the ideal thing for massage, and especially for Ayurveda massage, because in Ayurveda massage we are using oil liberally, whereas in Swedish massage or naturopathy massage you use only 25 ml of oil for whole body. Okay, in Swedish massage the movement and relaxation is more important. Okay, for that you use only 25 ml of oil just for movement, free movement. They use oil, but in Ayurveda massage the movement and all is not important. The more and more oil should be smeared on the body. So it's to reduce Vata dosha in the body. Okay, in skin, Vata dosha is specially located in the skin. Okay, to balance that you are using more and more oil in the body. Okay, so always Ayurveda massage you have to do preferably in the morning and when you have little bit hunger. Okay, so you do massage, Abhyangam Acharet. Okay, that Abhyangam will reduce Vata and then it will protect your youth. Okay, it is good for skin and then it will improve your circulation of the body, improve lymphatic drainage, means it will improve, means toxins and all will be relieved by doing Abhyanga. Overall balance you will get. Okay, you will get good sleep. You will feel so good. It will give you happiness. Have you ever felt during Diwali or sometimes when you take oil massage, you'll feel so happy, isn't it? No, you'll feel so good. Okay, it gives you will feel good by taking Abhyanga, and then number of benefits. Okay, so much of benefits are there in Abhyanga alone. Now, among all the dosha, Vata dosha is very important. Okay, Vata dosha only has movement, and this Vata dosha is only taking Pitta dosha and Kapha dosha to different places, and it disturbs the body. Okay, that much important Vata dosha will be balanced by doing Abhyanga. That's why Abhyanga is given lot of because of lot of benefits. People understand Ayurveda means Abhyanga, means how the people understand yoga means yogasana. Okay, like that, but yoga has very broad and meaning. Like that, Ayurveda means they understand that it's Abhyanga. Okay, but it's not so, but it has lot of value. Okay, so you do Abhyanga after doing all this Nasya, Navana, Gandusha, Dhumra, Tambula, Bhag Bhavet. Okay, after that you are doing Abhyanga, and next to the Abhyanga, after anointing the oil, whole body with oil, then you are supposed to do different kind of exercises, Vyayama. Okay, Vyayama we have already in Vaidikya Subhashitam we have studied Vyayama Adhyaya, how important is Vyayama and all. So this Vyayama, they are saying not to do with simply we are doing Vyayama, we are doing Yogasana. But even Yogasana, people are saying that after anointing oil in the body, then you have to do Yogasana. Like that there are people, because whenever you do Vyayama, there is a chance for Vata dosha to increase in your body. Okay, so after applying oil only, we are going to do different movements and exercises. Thula Brahmana, Guna, Karshana. Okay, all different gym exercises and all those things we are going to perform after doing Vyayama. And this Vyayama, how you have to do? Ardha Shaktya Nisheveta. Balibihi Snigdha Bojibihi means you have to do only with to your half capacity. Okay, you are not supposed to exert completely till I get completely exerted, tired, I am going to do Vyayama. It's not like that. Okay, when only to your half capacity you are supposed to do Vyayama. Okay, and that too, who is strong and who takes good food. Okay, they should do half. And then what about poor eaters? Okay, better they do only little Vyayama. But Vyayama is very important. So, what is the benefit of Vyayama? You remember what are the benefits of Vyayama? Main benefit out of common sense. Okay, Vibhakta Ganat Gatratvam. You are going to get very beautiful shape for your body. Okay, that is why people do Vyayama. You are going now every day. Oh, Suresha. Okay, you are going to gym to get a good body structure. Okay. You are getting good body structure. So, Vibhakta Ganagatratvam Lagavam Karma Samarthyam. Oh, you are going, huh? Sushrit. Among girls, who is going to gym? Soumya. Okay, so you are going to gym. Vibhakta Lagavam Karma Samarthyam. So you will get lightness of the body, and then you will get ability to do work. Okay, no, body should be like a ball. The Bharatiyar is saying that body should just jump and go anywhere and everywhere, wherever your mind, if your mind says to go there, and your body should be there. Okay, so body should be very active. Okay, such a body we need. Okay, Visayuru Pandinai pole, like that Bharatiyar is saying. How the ball goes, like that the body should just move very fast. Okay, to get such a good movement and ability to do work, we have to do this Vyayamam. Vyayamam, Karma Samarthyam, we will get Lagavam, lightness of the body, and Arogyam, you will get youth. Okay, you will maintain the youth, and then you will get Vibhakta Gana, all your muscles will be shown separately. When you do proper, you will get 6 packs. Okay, when you do Vyayama. So after Vyayama, what you are supposed to do is Angamardhanam. Okay, nicely. That time you have to do massage. Okay, after getting bit of sweat. Okay, you will start sweating a bit. At that time, you are supposed to do Angamardhana. You are supposed to rub all over your body very well. Okay, massage your body. Okay, after massaging your body, what you should do is Udvartanam. Okay, Udvartanam is powder massage. Udvartanam is powder massage. Okay, according to your, you normally for taking bath we use green gram powder. Okay, green gram mud means hesru bele powder we use. Okay, mudga powder we used to rub. You have to take away the oil, no? The oil abhyanga you would have done, but oil should go. So you have to rub your body with the powder. Okay, for someone who is obese, who are having lot of fat in their body, they should use horse gram powder. Okay, in Ayurveda centers we do this Udvartanam. For this Udvartanam mainly we use horse gram powder. Okay, it is basically like 100 rupees per kg only. But for Udvartanam we charge 2000 rupees. Okay, for 100 rupees powder, we used to charge it for 2,000 because the procedure is difficult. You have to do oil massage and then they will not do exercise and all. Directly we will be rubbing them with powder. Okay, this Koluttavanukku kollu is a proverb in Tamil. Okay, for who is fat, we used to give horse gram, kollu. Okay, so this kollu powder, this horse gram powder, just maybe you can use little bit shunti, means shunti in that. Okay, dry ginger powder you can add to increase the Ushna Virya by rubbing your body nicely with this horse gram powder, especially where there is a lot of fat. The fat will get melted away. Okay, the fat will get melted away, the body will get good shape. You know, my client, she had this Udvartanam for 21 days and she was so happy, ma'am, I should now buy new dresses. I have become so thin. All my clothes became loose. Now I will buy new dresses. Okay, she was so happy. Even a man, once I remember so many clients. In naturopathy hospital I was working, along with this naturopathy diet and all, we used to give Udvartana. It has very good effect. The secret ingredient I am sharing with you, it's only horse gram and little bit shunti. Okay, just powder and massage the whole body. To massage this fat body, for the two therapists, it will be like a really laborious job. For that only you should give 2000, not for the product. Okay, two people should rub the body. Okay, they will get tired. And they will become thin. The therapist will become thin. Whether the client is becoming thin or not, the therapist will become thin. Okay, that is Udvartanam. After Udvartanam is over, Snanam. Okay, Snanam, how to do? We also studied in Vaidikya Subhashitam. You have to Tada, Keshu. You have to always take an immersion bath in Tadaga. Okay, preferably in cold water only, normally, because our body should be maintained cold. Okay, should not become too much of hot. So either in Tadaga or in Nadi